Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a build video, specifically a double companion striker build. Double companion has been dominating the game for the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if it's going to get patched, but for the meantime I'm deciding to have some fun with it, and I think you should too. So if you're looking for a new exciting build, something that melts everything, something that's a little bit different from the typical double companion builds, I think this is the build for you. I've been having tons of fun, specifically mostly in PvE. You can make it work in PvP, but I definitely say this is more of a PvE type build. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get right into the build. So we're gonna start off by the specialization. So the specialization I decided to use for this build is the gunner class. Now, the reason I chose the gunner class was specifically for the ability to generate 10% total armor. This build, you're going to be burning through a lot of ammo, especially with striker and with that increased fire rate. So having a specialization that can allow you to recuperate some of that ammo is really good. Also, it gives you this ability. It's also killing multiple enemies without releasing the trigger also adds 3 to the armor bar. So that's another way you can get your armor back, because you're going to notice that when you use this build, there are going to be instances when the enemies are spawning, you don't even have to take your hands off the trigger. So yeah, not a bad specialization. I do think you can probably make it work with demolitionists, survivalists, or even technician and firewall. I think it all depends with your play style. But for me, I'm going to be using gunner. I think that's what works best for me, and I just overall just like using gunner when it comes to striker. Now, coming to the weapons, I'm going to be using the St. Elmo's engine for this build, mostly because I think it is the best AR in the game as we speak, and because you get that 70 round mag, and plus of that talent. Shooting an enemy with this weapon will give you 1 stack. At 100 stacks, the next magazine will be filled with shock ammo. So that shock ammo can be really useful, especially going against named enemies, the big bosses and stuff, the chunguses and stuff like that. So that's why I'm using St. Elmo's. Now, you can probably still use any other AR. I think the FAMAS is also a great option that you can probably use, or even the Kingbreaker. It's going to give you a little bit more, the Kingbreaker will probably give you more damage, but obviously you're going to lose a little bit of that fire, that RPM. For my secondary, I'm just using the ACS 12 to kind of help out with the stacks. You can basically put whatever you want here, even an SMG. But yeah, the choice is going to be up to you. For the pistol, we're just going to be using a TDI card custom, so I can just kind of get like that extra skill tier. But there's no specific reasons. You can use whatever you want for the pistol. Now, for the first piece, for the mask, we got a striker's mask with armor with crit hit damage and also a mod of crit hit damage. There's nothing really special about that. I'm gonna go to the chest piece. We got the electric. I don't know if I said that right. Electric. The Henry. The named piece becomes the named chest piece that comes with perfect companion. While you are within 10 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 20%. Now, as you can see, for me, I have headshot damage here. I would prefer to find one that had crit hit damage and crit hit chance, but I've been having a tough time farming, so I'm still farming for a better piece. So you can always, there's obviously room for improvement here. If I can get a better chest piece and fully optimize all those attributes, the build will hit even harder and be even better. But yeah, so that's, but if you find one that has like mine, like headshot damage, you can still make it work. Try to hit your headshots, just kind of make sure that you're taking full advantage of your damage, and that way maybe you can compensate for not having the best chest piece. For the holster, we're just going to be doing a second piece of striker with armor and crit hit damage, nothing special. And then for the chest piece, I've decided to use the Fenris, the backpack, so I can get that 10% assault rifle damage. And then obviously it comes with weapon damage, created damage, created chance. And then I rolled the talent companion, so you can get that double companion going, so you can get all that extra damage that everybody's been, been enjoying in the game. And this is kind of what makes the build go in terms of the damage aspect of it. For the backpacks, you can substitute something else if you decide to. I think you can use like a group or even a Walker Harris. Those are all suitable substitutes. I just like the Fenris one simply because I'm getting that extra 10% for the assault rifle. So that's why I decided to go with that backpack. But if you find another backpack that has companion and deals damage, or if you maybe want to be a little bit more tanky, you can probably get rid of that weapon damage and put some armor. And then for the gloves, we're just running strikers with weapon damage and created damage. Nothing special there. And then also for the knee pads, we're going to be running 15% weapon damage and 6% credit chance. And then this makes our fourth piece of striker. So with striker, now with 4 pieces, we now be able to increase our weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. So this this striker piece, the fourth piece, really makes this piece go. And this is really what makes this build is like a melting machine. Like you can really mow down enemies really quickly, do tons of damage, and gotta just have fun and play through missions, or depending on your play style. So yeah, so that is the build. And also I forgot to talk about the skills. For my skills, I'm just running a Crusader shield, a little bit defense since I don't have a lot of armor. So that allows me to get like a little bit, to allow me to kind of like tank enemies a little bit. And then I'm running a airburst seeker mine that can stay close to me so that it can always proc that double companion. If you use survivalist, I think that probably if you use survivalist, I think you have an advantage because the seeker mine be actually healing you in the process. So it's actually doing something. But I decided to stick with gunner anyways. And then in this case, my seeker mine can also just trigger that double companion. So yeah, so you can also run like a defender drone or something. The skills is really going to be up to you, but I always suggest have one skill that has a long duration. That way your double companion stays up longer and you can be able to mow down enemies and take advantage of that double companion. So yeah, that's the build pretty much. The rest of the video is just going to be some gameplay on Lincoln Memorial. So if you want to stick around to check that out, please, you are free to do so. But other than that, thank you for watching. If you got this far, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff with your homies, and enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Got a visual on additional hostiles in the Memorial compound. They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
Agent in need of backup.
All clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter. Since it turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.
DC-62 detected.
Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. Can't afford to let the True Sons escape with those. You gotta find a way to close up that tunnel. According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars over. That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think those the tunnel smart? Fuck you! You sluts or something with us! Fuck off!
Good work. Go on ahead back up. The campus is taking position inside the memorial.